welcome to Vintage Vera Bradley. This video is going to be a comparison between what you can put in several similar shaped but different sized bags from Vera Bradley. I'm going to start from largest and work my way down to smallest. We're going to have the original Saddle Up, the Saddle Up second version, Clare, Carson mini shoulder bag, little flap Hipster, and then lastly the small Lizzy. So first up is my original Saddle Up in Boysenberry. And you can see my other videos for more details about this bag, but this is my favorite for kind of everyday use. Holds a lot. It can hold a lot more than I typically pack it up with, but here's a peek. So it has this magnetic flap. I keep my cell phone, which this is just an empty case, but I keep my cell phone in that pocket. And then in this other pocket, I typically put hand wipes, individually wrapped. And then inside, back here is where I keep my keys. 2 different sets of keys. I usually have some sort of pouch that has things like mints, nail clippers, lipstick, Advil, etc. So some sort of kind of smallish pouch. My wallet. Okay, so then turn it around where you can see. Then in these interior pockets, I usually have my coin and key that I converted into a pouch for tissues. I have usually some sort of small pouch in there. This one has my lens cloth. Here's my little Vera Bradley notebook and a pen. Let's see, I think I got everything. Oh, and my keys. So that shows you kind of on average, but there was lots more room that you could really pack this out if you needed to carry quite a bit more. So that's the original Saddle Up. So now I'm going to show you putting those things, that one's set off to the side, into the second version of a Saddle Up. And down in the description below, I'll put the actual measurements officially from the Vera Bradley website over the years for the dimensions and strap length on these. This version is slightly smaller dimension-wise, but supposedly has a longer strap. I haven't really noticed that it was longer. Anyway, let's pack this up and see what the difference is. So it still has that magnetic snap. Now, I miss the channel stitching and not having the ring, and what's funky is that snap often makes these not line up right. Just kind of, I only have one of these for that reason. Just not really a fan, but I wanted to try one. So here in this front pocket would be where I would put a cell phone. I would put my hand wipes over there. These pockets seem a little wider, but not quite as deep. And then we have 1, 2. We only get 2 slip pockets in here. So I'll use one of them for my tissues. And then the other one, I'll put the notepad and the pen. And they're a little deeper, so I'll put this little pouch in there as well. And let's see, let's turn it around so you can see. There's also a zippered area in here. So in here, I'll do the same thing. I have my keys in there. And then my pouch and my wallet. It's kind of a tighter fit. I don't think you could really fit just a ton more, maybe a little tiny bit more on top here, but that's... Now the difference, you do have this area back here, so I also could use that as a place to put keys or whatever else. So that is the second version of a saddle up. Okay, so let's unload it again. Get all the items back out. And that is Indigo Pop. Okay, so next up, I finally found a Clare, the Clare style, and it's smaller than either of the two bags I just showed you. It's kind of in between this and the smaller bags that I'll show you after this. So this is Clare, and this front pocket right here is the perfect spot. I used this yesterday to put my iPhone 11 down in there. And then right here in this slip pocket is where I had some hand sanitizer, individually hand sanitizer wipes. And then inside here, this doesn't have much interior organization. It has really one main slip pocket, so I use that for my keys. And then it has a very small pen pocket. See right there? Not big enough really to put much else. So then the rest of this is just gonna have to go down inside. So it can still all fit. It kind of poofs out quite a bit at the bottom in order to do that, but it can all fit. So that's Clare in Provençal. So let's get everything back out. So I consider this kind of a medium-sized bag. And they kind of lost an opportunity. They didn't put any kind of pocket or anything on the back of here. So that's Clare. Next up, we have the Carson Mini Shoulder Bag. So, and this is Gramercy Paisley. And it has a nice big pocket up front. Let's see, what did I do with my cell phone case? Must still be in here. Oh, left it in that pocket. Okay, so I would do the same thing. My cell phone fit down in there. And in here, you have two slip pockets and a zippered pocket. It's smaller than what we had in the Clare, so let's see what all we can fit in here. So I got my pouch. Let's see if my tissue case will fit. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put my keys down in the zipper area. Okay. It's getting pretty tight. Yeah, to be honest, when I carry this bag, I end up not using a pouch and instead just pick and choose the things I actually need out of it, which a necessity would be a lipstick and the nail clippers. Everything else could not necessarily have to be in there. So let's try it without that. So I'm going to put my wallet and my little pouch with my glasses thing. And I'm going to put my notebook and my other thing there. Oh, I've left my pen too. All right. My pen and notepad can go in that second slip pocket. So I have tissues, notepad, pen. Okay, so then my lipstick and nail clippers, I'll probably just put down in that same little area. I think they'll all fit. And then there's another pocket back here in the back that's where I think I would put hand wipes. So let me just take some out of here, put back there. And so yeah, So you have to get creative the smaller you go. So this is the Carson Mini shoulder bag. So let's unpack again. And we'll move on to the little flap Hipster. All of this back out. Let's see. All right. Everything. Okay, so the little flap Hipster is quite a bit smaller than a Carson Mini. It's basically the same size as a Lizzy, but the main difference is the capacity. There's a little bit more capacity. So let's figure out what we're going to do here. So instead of carrying a wallet, what I would do with this, I'm going to pretend like this is my driver's license. So I put my ID there, and then whatever other things I might need to carry, I would either put in a zip ID, or probably just in this front pocket here, there's 3 slip card holders, and I might just have maybe this with some cash in it. So we'll use that way. All right, so then in the front flap here is where I would put, nope, that's too tight of a fit. I think I figured this out last time. Back here in the back is where I would put my cell phone. And then, let's see, we have to pick and choose here. Kind of running out of space. Probably put my hand wipes and maybe a lipstick. And I would probably take my lens cloth out of a pouch to scale down. So I'd have those essentials right there. I would ditch that. I probably wouldn't carry that because there's not enough room. In here in this zippered pocket would be where I would put my keys. Oh, I forgot the nail clippers. Put those down in there. I would put my keys. It depends on if I really needed the second set. If not, I would leave those at home. So I would have keys. And let's see. I'd probably ditch the pin too. So that's what can fit in a little flap Hipster. All right, so we're going to probably scale down a little bit more to get it in a Lizzy. Which, that's actually why I like the Lizzy. I mean, that's all there is. It can't poof out. There is no poofability in a Lizzy. But that's why I like these when needing something just super small on the go. So I'm going to take everything out of the little flap Hipster. And you think that a lot more would fit in here, but the little flap Hipsters, a lot of the capacity kind of shares with the other areas, so it can't really hold as much as I thought it maybe could. I like it, but now I remember why this wasn't a style that I just got into back in the day. And this is English Rose. So let's put this off to the side. All right, so Lizzy. Let's see if I can remember where this, yep, back in the back. So my cell phone will fit back here. There are places, ID holders back here. They go like this. So I would have my cell phone and like credit card, Sam's Club card, driver's license back here in the back. And then in this compartment, I would have my essential keys. There are 2 slip pockets. So I would definitely have my eyeglass wipe because I wear glasses, so that's essential. My nail clippers and a lipstick. And this front pocket would be where I would put my hand wipes. And you also could put your ID right there. And then cash, coins, whatever else I would have in my zip ID. And that's what can fit in a Lizzy, which surprisingly, I think that's why I always pick this over that little flap hipster. It can pretty much hold the same without bulking out, without getting poofy. So that is Lizzy, little flap hipster, which I've shown this before. They're essentially the same size except for a little bit more capacity there. So Lizzy, little flap hipster, Carson mini shoulder bag, Clare, saddle up version 2, and my favorite, the original saddle up. Hope this helps.